Greetings and salutations to this I, Professor Macabro, here again to regale you with another movie review that I am trying to get through, you see. As I mentioned before, as you can see in the back and other stuff around me that you can't see, I've collected a number of movies throughout my many long years on this earth. And I'm going to be honest, some of them I saw back in the day when I rented them on VHS, and some of them I saw on TV numerous times, and some of them I bought and haven't even gotten to watching them. It's sad when you collect a lot of something, but you just don't have the time to enjoy it. So frustrating. That's why, once on a single evening of the week, Professor Macabro does his 3-movie booze and movie marathon. He watches 3 movies, and if I can fit a 4th one, I do. And I enjoy it, and just relax, and urge to kill fading. Gone. Indeed. So, I decided, and I hope you are enjoying this, to make a review of the movies that I watch for the first time or revisit. For this particular weekend, I wanted to watch a lot of really random movies. I like to spice it up, you see. So, I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous, a mockumentary movie in the style of This Is Spinal Tap, with that has a beauty pageant and a body count. And I wanted to watch something else that was freaking insane. And I picked this movie, Battlefield Earth. Chun chun chun. Yes, indeed, notorious for being bad. You watch any of the worst movie lists of all time, Battlefield Earth is on that list. And I remember watching it and being a bit perplexed by it. I must admit, I didn't think it was that good back in the day. And I bought the snapper case, this beautiful snapper case that you see before you. And I was like, this is going to the shelf. So I remember not liking it, but I wanted to own it because I like owning physical media. Yes, physical media. I can touch it. I can smell it. I can look at it. I can pop it in whenever I want and not have to worry about being taken down by the streaming service. I love collecting physical media. So, again, I decided to rewatch this thing. Now, this thing has an interesting backstory, but unfortunately your old pal Professor Macabro isn't well known in all the details. I know that this is based on a book which was the foundation for Scientology, and that's the thing I'm not really clear on. Now, Professor Macabro does not really follow any sort of human religion. It has been my personal experience that they use it for their own benefit. Give us money and you will secure your salvation in the afterlife. But money, it's all about the money. I don't doubt that there are certain places where they do help out their community and they do provide a community service, you might say, but not my personal experience. But I am not dismissing your religion. If you believe what you believe, and you believe it with all your heart, and you're not a shitty person, and you use your religion to help others, good for you. You are awesome, and you are free to believe whatever you want. Just don't impose your beliefs on other people, because that makes you not cool, man. Not cool. But, yes indeed. But the Scientology thing, I can't quite grasp what it's about. Doing research, I have dabbled in all the other religions, but Scientology is the one that always leaves me scratching my head and then being like, so what exactly do you do? It's very confusing to Professor Macabro. But I don't know how a movie or a book about these aliens that come to Earth, conquer it, and then are defeated by primitive man, started a religion. Very confusing. But I will be focusing on the movie itself. This is set in the year 3000. 1,000 years after the fall of mankind and the rise of the Cyclos, which are these guys, which is what you would get if the Klingons smoked some weed, and we had these Rastafarian dreadlocks. They look very weird. And they have like these little cat paws that I would assume are very difficult to build things. And honestly, how they conquered Earth is quite perplexing. They don't seem to be the smartest alien species, so I assume they conquer planets by brute force alone, and just hope that the planet that they conquer is so backwater in technology that they don't really put up a fight. Which again contradicts what happens later. So the story follows this guy who's nicknamed Good Boy, that is running about trying to find supplies for his tribe that live in a cave. And there's these stories about ancient gods and monsters and demons. So he's curious, you see. So he goes exploring, meets up with 2 other people, and because it's been 1,000 years, these people are so far disconnected from history that they see statues as petrified gods that offended the other gods, and they are just left in statues. Mannequins are humans that were turned to stone. So they do seem very primitive, you see. And eventually those humans are captured by the Cyclos, particularly John Travolta. He is the head of security of the Division of Earth. They also seem to have inspiration from the Ferengi, because they're all about the money, the moolah, the credits. But Turl, who is the character that John Travolta plays, banged a senator's daughter, so he has been punished to waste his life away on Earth. And this movie, I must say, after rewatching it again, maybe it was the booze, maybe it was that I just needed something to unwind to, or maybe because it was so batshit insane, this second time around, I didn't hate it. I was actually having fun with it. And the lines that Turl says, like one that sticks to mind, like, before you could even spell your name, I was being groomed to conquer galaxies. John Travolta is very entertaining. He's no Nicolas Cage, mind you. I love Nicolas Cage. He's an awesome actor. But give John Travolta free rein, and he will just deliver a hypnotic performance. And that's what he does here as Turl. I quite enjoy him here. The movie is also notorious for having a lot of swipe cuts and Dutch angles. And Dutch angles is when you tilt your camera and everything's like this. And like, hi! Which is very, very perplexed. But again, in the state of mind that I was in, I didn't mind it. I was just enjoying how insane this is. There are moments that kind of drag, like in most movies. And the effects don't hold up nowadays, sadly. But again, just John Travolta's over-the-top performance is what really sells it and wins it for me. Forrest Whitaker is also here as John Travolta's second-in-command. And he actually plays his role in a very, I know I'm in shit, but damn it, I'm gonna have fun too. And he does. The main character does what he does as best he can, but the way that the Cyclos make their own demise is that they want to harvest gold, you see. Gold, even anywhere in their universe, is a commodity that everyone wants. And after an earthquake, a batch of gold is found, and they're like, well, shit, we can't report the gold, because then we're going to lose out on it. What if we train man to, mine it for us? And everyone's like, man, you can't train man. They're a bunch of savages. Basically, like the Planet of the Apes. Man is just a hairless monkey. You can't train it for shit. But Turl has the brilliant idea of making Good Boy learn the language and technology of the Cyclos, and sees no problem with this at all. And, of course, Good Boy uses this newfound knowledge to teach the other people how to use the Cyclos technology. Eventually, they find Fort Knox, you see. You would think that the Cyclos would have some sort of metal detector to find gold, but I guess they're not that advanced, and they weren't able to find Fort Knox. humans do, and they're like, we'll use this gold to give it to Turl, and then we'll use these cave people to hide us, and we'll go train in with these ships. The idiot. These airplanes, these fighter jets that apparently still work despite 1,000 years. Don't question how gas is still working. Don't question how these things are still able to fly with no maintenance for 1,000 years. No. Throw logic out the window. We're going to use these fighter jets to stop Thurl and the Cyclos. And they also established that they breathe this sort of toxic, volatile air. So they have to take out this dome that the Cyclos erected so that oxygen comes in and suffocates the Cyclos. And then they're going to use an atomic bomb to make an explosion on Silo Planet to blow it up, thus eliminating all the Cyclones. And this surprisingly works. At the end, only Turl is left there as a prisoner for leverage, which again, I don't think that would work that way. And the guy played by Forrest Whitaker is also kept alive because he helped the rebellion, and he's able to live it up with the humans. But again, in the second watch, I didn't hate this, I will admit. Is it a good movie? Well, no. There has a lot of plot things that don't make any sense. And if you really think about it, both the humans and the Cyclos are idiots. Truly and horribly idiots. The editing's kind of wonky. The constant use of the swipe edit cuts gets very annoying if you notice that. And the side at tilt angles make no sense, you see. The special effects don't hold up. They look pretty bad, except the miniature ships. Those kind of work okay. The acting's not that good, except John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker. They look like they're having fun and are truly enjoying what they're doing. But it's not a good movie. But it's an enjoyable movie if you're in the right state of mind. And I was. So I gave it a second chance. I had some fun. And I don't know if I should recommend it. I always try to recommend movies for you to watch. Give a movie that you wouldn't normally see a chance. You might end up hating it and be like, curse that Professor Macabro! He wasted 2 hours of my life with this bullshit! Or you might be like, that Professor Macabro recommended this piece of shit, but at least I had fun. Good for him. Thank you, Professor Macabro. But at least you had an experience, and that's the magic of movies. Good or bad, short or long, well-made or pieces of low-budget schlock, you get an experience from watching all and every sort of movies. Don't just watch the popular stuff. Go outside of the box and watch something like Battlefield Earth and hate it, but hate it with reasons. At least you saw it, and you're like, I saw that shit, and I didn't like it because of this and this and this. Don't be one of those people that are like, well, I've never seen it, but I've heard from other people it's shit, so I think it's shit too, and I will never watch it. No, don't be one of those people. Give movies a chance, and make your own judgment on whether or not a movie is truly a piece of shit. Again, this is not good. It's nowhere near in the vicinity of good. But it's an enjoyably bad movie that does seem like a lot of effort went into it. But again, the people behind it were not competent. Or the material is just too batshit insane. And that's what they come up with. But again, John Travolta and Forrest Whitaker are having fun, and I respect that. Yes, I do. Well, one more movie I saw this weekend that I wanted to talk about, and I will. So I hope to see you then. But until then, again, get ready for that Christmas thing. We're going to do a bunch of Christmas videos for all you people that celebrate that holiday. But until then, lost my breath there for a moment. I and my lovely gal pal, Zombie Wasitos, thanks you for watching and wishes you, like always, a good evening.